Well, Nando is exhausted. We just had the worst siege, and he has barely survived. So, welcome back to State of Decay 2, by the way, and the Lion's Share. We're going to have to switch him out for somebody else. So, we already did a trip with Scary Gary. Ooh, Henry! I've never played Henry before. Let's take control of him. So we're going to need to... He's one of the 3 mechanics that I recently recruited. So yeah, he's still got his original default inventory. So let's do something about that. One of my current bounties... Yeah, I still need to kill 3 more zombies with crossbows. So let's still load him up with the same crossbow that all of his buddies have been using. We'll take this out, though. I think we're going to successfully complete this bounty this episode, which will be nice. And then he's got this revolver as his backup. Tasty Devil's not that exciting or powerful. Maybe we'll go with something more like this P07 Pro. And do I have... I've got an improvised suppressor. Sure, let's use that. Let's make him all quiet. Oh, see you later, Alexis. Okay, so I've picked up a fair amount of vehicle repairing supplies, which is good because I'm going to need them. Can't afford any of these upgrades. All right, so let's grab some gas as well and gas up this car. So what I've been doing, this entire streaming session that I've been doing, is trying to clear up all of the plague husks that we left behind during our extra live stream. There is a large number of them. So I'm going to repair this thing twice, make sure it's got plenty of hit points. Does it need more gas? I think it does, yes. We'll give it more gas, then drop some more in the bed. Because we can stack 2 now. Thank you, Zoe and Lucy. And now what is our destination? So I guess I'll leave this down here for now, though I should deal with it at some point. But right now my focus is all of these plague husks. So let's head back up this way and start to deal with these guys. So Brian Menard asks, ooh, a horde. I can complete this bounty if I kill this horde. Brian Menard asks, do you have to live in the Seattle area in order to work at Undead Labs? Less and less so. It's certainly, because most of us do live here, like right now it doesn't make much difference because we're all, working at home. Like, we haven't really gone back to the office because we needed to make some expansions to the office before it could even accommodate all the people that we've hired since the beginning of the pandemic. But in theory, yeah, it will be easier for somebody to live in Seattle or around Seattle. I don't live in Seattle proper. I live in a suburb. But to live in this area, once we're all back at the office, that will certainly be easier. And also legally, like, each different state or country that a company employs people in adds additional legal hassles and logistical hassles. And so it's not always easy to just employ people wherever they happen to be. But all that said, there are reasons why you might want to live close. It's certainly not a requirement anymore, and we're finding more and more ways to sort of branch out and give people options. So I think my expectation is that even after we feel like we're fully past some of the restrictions that were put on us by the pandemic, I believe that as a company we're going to try to give people as many options as we can. I mean, certainly we've got, we're in an environment now where it's kind of an employees market, meaning that, there are so many jobs that people need to fill that are very difficult to hire for, that, employees can kind of, at least, a senior employee with a lot of skill, somebody who's in demand, has a lot of bargaining power. They can say, well, hey, I'd love to work for your company, but I'd like to keep living in Illinois. And if somebody says that, like, a lot of the time, it used to be that jobs were hard to find, and companies, studios, had a lot of bargaining power, and employees would, kind of often need to kind of bend over backwards and do whatever it took to get a job. We're in kind of the opposite situation right now, and so I think that any studio that wants to be able to hire, high quality talent, they're going to need to be willing to give people flexibility and sort of meet them where they are. So we're definitely trying to improve our capabilities in that regard. And I think there's a lot of other studios that are doing the same thing. So we're going to be in competition for a lot of these folks with other studios that have a lot of options available, and so we're going to have to provide those same kinds of options too, which is good. I really like the idea that that we can hire people from all over the place and sort of get all that sort of positive influence from having such a variety of people by offering more flexibility, letting people live near family, or letting people not have to uproot their kids in school and things like that in order to come and work with us. So we do have employees that live all over the country, and they're in the minority. Most of us do live in the Seattle area, but there's enough people around in these places that there is some hope. That said, there's also a lot of other qualifications people have to meet in order to work in Undead Labs, including being usually fairly experienced game developers, and so it's not as simple as just living in Seattle. But I think I've answered that question as best I could. Hotaj asks, what is the normal turnaround time for support tickets? It really, really depends. Sometimes if somebody's raising a bug that's like clearly a serious problem and something that's straightforward and we can figure out how to fix it pretty easily, a lot of the time you'll see something go in the next update, even if you're raising something that's a big deal. If the problem you found is fairly minor, then it could just sort of be added to the stack priority-wise and take some time to get done. Why am I just fighting these random zombies? This is getting me nothing. I'm trying to get over to this site. Or even if something is a serious problem, but we have no idea what's causing it, that could also delay when we're able to turn it around. I do believe, though, that you should at least get a response and an explanation from our customer advocates fairly soon after you issue a ticket to them. As far as I know, they've been pretty good at keeping on top of our backlog and communicating with people. Oh, hello. Scott Lannon, I do not think I've played something called Forgotten City. Oh, why did I really just... Okay, fine. Hold on. Let's just use this and then take that. Okay, so that's, I think, everything we can carry. I think I've already filled the trunk. So... I'm going to definitely need to stop by... That was a terrible shot. I'm going to need to stop by... Why am I so bad? An outpost. There we go. First, because I don't have any room for prizes, but I am now ready to stop by the bounty broker to pick up my stuff. So let's figure out where my outpost is first. We'll drop these things off, and then we'll stop by Cache Beaumont and pick up our prizes. Brian Menard says, unfortunately, the only skills he has is, what did you say? Killing zombies and blowing up cars. Those are valuable skills. I don't know when the next time is that we're going to be hiring testers. But whenever we do, that is I mean, as far as the main job of a tester is, number one, being able to, having the wherewithal to play the game when it is not fun for ages, repeatedly playing the worst parts again and again and again, and then also being able to communicate clearly about what's happening in the game and how it's working and how it's not working. And I think that, you have shown that you do have those two skill sets. You're willing to play our game even when it's being weird for long periods of time, and you're very good at communicating what's going on. I mean, I think that the skills of a streamer are very much in line with the skills of a tester. They're not 100%, but they do have a lot in common. So, yeah, I don't think we're hiring testers right now, but whether or not, we're hiring, I mean, if that is a job that you're interested in doing, I think that, you could probably demonstrate that you have what it takes. Oh, hi. Nope. I'd like to not have you scream at me, thank you. True, not just of screamers, but of everyone. I just prefer people not to scream at me. Brian, well, I am honored by your attention and focus to Undead Labs. All right, so let's drop off all of this stuff except for the gas, because I think the car could use the gas. Yep, let's refuel. Interesting. Okay, so Scott Landon says that he just redeemed channel points. It is something you can do on my channel, by the way. You can redeem channel points to encourage me to play something that you'd like me to play. Let me pop that open real quick. What's it called? My requests queue. So let's see here. Okay, so I already did Stubbs the Zombie, so I'll mark that completed. I already did the Building a Zoo one. So, okay, I still need to play Mini Motorways or Mini Metro. I forgot which one for Tandylens to try to help figure out how the leaderboards work. And then The Forgotten City. And it's on Game Pass? It's a time loop game? Okay, yeah, that sounds fascinating. Especially because it's on Game Pass, it won't cost me anything. I will definitely check that out, Scott, on some later stream. So let's drop this stuff off over here. Doink, 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 and doink. And then let's go see the bounty broker. Drop off the bounties that I got and pick up a few more. I just realized I've got the wrong stuff in focus on my screen here. Oh, so Rochambeau wants to know, what is my streaming setup, if you don't mind, if I don't mind them asking. So what I've got right now, I've got a PC, a fairly powerful PC that I got from Puget Systems. I don't actually remember the specs. It was whatever seemed impressive at the time I got it, like a year ago. So I don't know. I would have to remind myself. Like, I know enough about what PC specs mean that I can make decisions at the time, but I'm not so into them that I easily remember what it is that I've got. But yeah, so I've got a fairly powerful PC. And I've got 3 monitors set up around it. So I've got 2 monitors that are actually connected to the PC itself, which I mostly have because I need to have that at least that much space to do my work. And so I usually will play games on the right monitor and just have other stuff to reference on the left monitor, or I'll work on the main monitor and then have like Slack open on the left monitor. But then the third monitor over here under this camera, this one is actually connected to my capture card. And so basically, I've got my Xbox Series X, my PlayStation 4, my dev kit, all hooked up to this capture card, and then the output of the capture card is routed through this monitor. So I've got 3 monitors around me. One of them is all consoles, and the other 2 are for my PC. And yeah, so right now I'm capturing from my Series X. It's feeding into my PC, and then I'm using OBS to to put it out to Twitch. And then I usually, I'll record. I'll take the Twitch recordings and I'll post those to YouTube. So yeah, let's grab ourselves the Midnight Solstice crossbow, the Samurai SMG, and I've already got the boonie hat, so I'll just get some influence. And then let's see. Okay, killing zombies with fire. That is a thing I enjoy doing. Zombies with rifles. You know what? Let's just grab these rifle ones. I don't have a rifle on this character now, but I could easily have a rifle on somebody. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna, this guy's not gonna make a lot of progress on these bounties, but they're all queued up for the next person that that gets in line. So let's head over here and keep cleaning up these plague husks. Let's see. Oh, so is there anything else to say about my setup? Oh, I do have a couple of Logitech stream cams as my two main cameras. So you can see, so the camera that I'm looking to right now, that's a Logitech stream cam. I've also got another one that's on my PC monitor. So when I'm playing PC games, I'm looking into this camera, and when I'm playing console games, I'm looking into this camera. And then on top of that, I've also got this wide camera. This is my older camera that I used to use all the time. You can see that the quality isn't quite as good. That's the one that I use when I'm streaming with one of my kids in the room, because I don't want to be constantly moving around my stream cams just to sort of capture me and a kid on the frame. You can see, like, I've only got enough room right now with my current framing to just catch me. If I bring my kid in here, it gets really kind of awkward to have us both on screen. So I use that wide angle lens for that. And yeah, so I think that's my stream setup. Unless you have any other questions about that. Not that I would notice if you asked me a question. Oh, hi everyone. This would be a great time for me to use fire on zombies. But I don't have any. So I won't. But even though that whole crowd of zombies saw me, because I'm using this crossbow, kind of using this crossbow. Oh, get off. I didn't attract too many ads, which is nice. Let's pick up all of the ones that survived. And then let's do what we came here to do, which is open up this. No, not climb this ladder. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to grab this stuff. All right, let's drop off what we can. So yeah, I've got, of course, all these weapons that I picked up, which are kind of getting in the way. Another Gladius. All right, I think I can at least empty out this entire thing before I need to go back. The bottom feeders. I feel like I'm just getting the assholes and the mooches again and again and again. Like, I'm not getting any of the interesting Enclave arcs that other people made. I'm getting the dumb Enclave arcs that I made. That's not cool. Oh, gosh, yeah, so La Coalición lives in Mexico and is talking about how, you know, getting a remote job in the United States, even one that pays minimum wage, would be great down there because of just economic differences that are magical and difficult to understand. Minimum wage in Mexico is actually $7 a day instead of the, like, I think $7.25 an hour that it is in the U.S. Though, in the U.S., we're also saying that, like, $7.25 an hour for you know, sort of a United States sort of cost of living is actually also considered to be kind of inadequate. That, you know, when sort of the current scale was set, money was worth more, and it's, you know, the current minimum wage of $7.25, you know, at the time that was the scale it was set at, was worth more like $15, and so there is a movement in the United States to try to raise the national minimum wage to $15, which can, it's tough. You know, a country as large as the United States, it is tough to make a universal standard like that work because, I mean, you know, there was clearly this massive economic difference between the United States and Mexico, where, you know, the minimum wages are just orders of magnitude apart from each other. There are more subtle differences, but real differences within the United States as well. And so it's hard to establish sort of a national standard that works for you know, in an obvious way for everybody. But at the same time, like, yeah, I mean, $7 an hour is, by U.S. standards, is also not very much. So, yeah, I mean, it's a complicated thing. I am not an expert, and so I'm hesitating to say any more about economic topics because that's not my field, and I'm nervous about saying something that is just silly to somebody who actually does know what they're talking about. But basically, yeah, I get where you're coming from, Coalición, and I hope something like that, you know, especially as, you know, people get more and more used to the idea of work from home. I hope that becomes more possible, and that there are more opportunities for you like that. All right, so I should probably have repaired this car before taking it out again and potentially putting myself in danger. I just got a vague sense that I might have heard a feral, but I'm probably just hearing things. All right, where is the big boy? There he is. Can almost carry everything, but not quite. Alright, well, we'll drop off the stuff we gotta drop off. So many gladii! So many gladii. Hi. Stop it. Well, I'm, again, ready to go back. Each one of these plague hearts is giving me so much stuff. There's like no point in going on to the next one. I might as well just go back home. Or not go back home, but go back to the outpost. So I guess that's what we'll do. And maybe I'll have my chance to repair this thing. In fact, why don't I just craft myself one of these as we go. All right, before a zombie jumps on me. Oh, hello, friends. I'm hoping that I attracted those bloaters to the point where they're going to, like, yeah, run and fall. At least one of them did. When a bloater really catches your, catches sight of you. Oh, crap. There's a big old juggernaut. Dang it. Okay, let's park the car far away from the juggernaut. And then, can I sneak in here without him seeing me? Okay, I don't think he knows where I am. Good, 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 good. So let's come in here. Drop some stuff off. And let's keep the fire, actually. Because I do have a bounty about that. So yeah, so I didn't want to park too close because I think that the juggernaut would have just followed me over if that's what I did. So because I got out of his sight first, I think that's why he's not harassing me right now. Okay, that's already full of gas, so... Alright. Drop that and that. I think we're good to go. Let's head to the next place. I'd like for this to be my last episode. We've got 2 more husks to clear out. I feel like I can get that done. Oh my gosh, why the heck are there so many bloaters? Get out of here. Because I think it's probably because I keep coming back to that same location to drop things off. I'm just accumulating freak spawns in that area. And so, like, pretty soon, that place is going to be so teeming with zombies, I'm not going to be able to use it as a destination. I should probably find an alternate place to drop off. Oh, wow. So, La Coalición is basically giving us an economic treaties, which is probably more than I can quote, but people in the chat, please enjoy it. I think, as far as I can tell, Coalición seems to be well educated in this stuff.
Still got some dead heads here.
Not quite. Okay. I think I can still get all of this stuff into the trunk. And actually, I'm thinking I should probably not try to put that fuel rucksack in there. I think that's actually going to keep me from bringing everything I want to bring. So, let's grab this.
No place to put
Still no place to put it. Oh, right, because I emptied a spot in the trunk but didn't put anything else in that spot. Right. Playing trunk Tetris. That's what we love to do. So now I can grab that last thing. So what outpost do I have? So I've got a food outpost that's level 2 already. I've got an ammo outpost, a fuel outpost. I'm wondering, where is that fuel outpost? It's close to base, right? Yeah, it is. Okay, I don't need that fuel outpost. So what I'm going to do is abandon it. It's only a level 1. Let's abandon the outpost. And let's just make an outpost right here. Save us some time. So Brian Menard wants to know if I've ever played any of the Fallout games or the Metro games. Yeah, I think I've at least tried all of them. Let's see here. Claim this outpost. The Metro games, I think they're a little bit off my wavelength when it comes to just the shooting controls, the handling. And so I'm not usually able to play them for very long. Like, I'll play them to, like, get the vibe. And the vibe of those games is amazing. Like, the world building that they've done to create that place is just really, really impressive. And they've got some really clever ideas, like using bullets for currency and stuff like that I really like. So, yeah, I am a big fan, in theory, of the Metro franchise. Though, again, because, of my, like, sort of mental presets and how my nervous system has adapted to the video games that I play, I feel really good playing a game like Call of Duty, and I have a lot more trouble engaging with Metro. So I can't play it very long, but I do really appreciate what they've accomplished with that franchise. Fallout, I am a little bit more into. Each time a Fallout game comes out, I play it to death. I think I've only actually won. Not counting, Fallout 1 and 2, obviously, were kind of almost a different franchise, and I did win both of those games when I was younger. They were actually some of the games that inspired me to become a game developer. Like what they did with those games is what made me want to do this job. So I love those original 2 Fallout games. And Fallout Tactics, too. Fallout Tactics was huge for me. But, yeah, so I think I've won Fallout 3. But Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 4, I basically got so into all of the side content and things like, building my base in Fallout 4, that's all I focused on. I'm the same way with Skyrim, too, and Oblivion. Like, in Oblivion, I never entered an Oblivion gate. In Skyrim, I think I fought 1 dragon. And it's just, but all I did was just run around in that world. And so, yeah, so I do love those games, but I don't play them the way that I'm intended to play them. So there's a lot of experiences in those games that most people have that I don't. I think you can probably find somewhere, like, an ancient stream of me playing Fallout 4 early on in the lifetime of that game. Hello? Wait, what is this noise? Get away. That zombie sounded like a bigger zombie from its audio than it actually was. I'm just shooting over its head. This zombie... Why are these zombies outsmarting me? This is humiliating. Stop it. Anyway. Any more zombies around? No? Okay, good. Okay, it looks like we actually did some early scavenging from that site, so that's good. Let's see what else we've got here. Ooh, chemicals. I like chemicals. Hello. All right. So, oh wait, actually, am I out of room for? Oh no, I can. Yes, I am out of room. Unless, is there something I can consume right now? Like, can I... I'm going to be a little bit wasteful and gas up the car so that I can move some stuff around. Oh, wait a minute. No, even if I do that, I've got a stack of 2 gas here. So, yeah, no. I think I think I'm headed back. That rucksack is really valuable, though, so I kind of want to come back for it. So let's head back down to the outpost. But let's remember where this place is, which, yeah, it's that one. Okay. Let's remember where this place is. I want to come back and clear it out because, again, my community cannot get enough stuff. Okay, that feral's chasing me. I don't know how long it's going to chase me. I love, my favorite thing about living in the zombie apocalypse is just driving as the crow flies. Just like not even caring where the roads are. Alright, so let's drop off the stuff I've already got in my inventory. We'll take 2 trips probably. And then we'll finish clearing out that site, and that will be our last bit of scavenging that we do. Of course, yeah, I've got all this fire that I'm not using. That's one reason why my inventory is too full. So yeah, Coalition points out that even when I'm doing badly against the zombies, it just means that the zombies are better. So basically, I could be a bad player, or I could explain it as me being a good dev because we've made challenging zombies. Of course, you know, I'm not personally responsible for how challenging the zombies are, so I probably actually cannot take credit for that. But still, it's a nice sentiment, Coalition. I appreciate it. All right. Yeah, Brian Menard, I noticed that one of your YouTube videos was labeled podcast recently, and have you started podcasting? That's pretty cool if you have. Unfortunately, I don't end up with a lot of time most of the time to watch a lot of YouTube videos. Like I follow a lot of people on YouTube, but then I end up just either being really busy with family stuff or really busy with work, and I end up just not able to watch nearly as much or listen to nearly as much as I want to. Okay, so which container had the stuff I wanted? Was it in here? Would it still be glowing? I don't remember how things work. Search this. Bunch of partsy type things. Was it in here? Aha! That's the ammo rucksack right there. It looks like there's 2 more containers to search.
No dead heads left around here.
Are they up here? Aha! Ooh, one of them's a gun container.
Better slow down. Must be too much of it.
Some bullets. And what's in here?
That should do it.
Not very important things. I'll just ignore those. Nope, not trying to claim a barn. Trying to pick up a bolt off the ground. All right. I think we've got everything we can possibly carry. So, we're going to head back home. But on the way home, we're going to claim ourselves a power outpost. This has been one of the major limiting factors in the progress of my base, and I'm done with it. We've got enough influence now. Wait, which way am I going? There's no roads. Oh, gosh, there's a hostile enclave around here. Let's go nowhere near them. I'm not ready to deal with them right now. I've got a crossbow. I'm not going to fight a bunch of humans with a crossbow. So, we will head back home by way of the power station and wrap all of this up. Oh, that's right. Okay, I remember that now, Brian. I saw the title of your podcast, and of course, yeah, you were doing a State of Decay 3 wish list podcast. That's pretty cool. I haven't listened to it yet. I am curious to, because I mean, of course, you know, if you did have me on as a guest, I would in no way be able to answer any of your questions about State of Decay 3. Unfortunately, I wouldn't be able to confirm or deny any of the ideas or suggestions that you had. So that might just be frustrating, but. Anyway. Oh, gosh. No, thank you. No, thank you. Do not intend to fight a Juggernaut right now. Not prepared. Am I ever prepared to fight a Juggernaut? Me? Maybe not. Maybe at a lower difficulty level. Certainly not in Nightmare. I'll fight them if I have to, but I prefer to do it with a dozen other people around me. So, Dilfos says that we should celebrate the release of Halo Infinite by adding a warthog to the game. Well, so that's interesting. So that's the kind of thing, if we were Dead Rising, that is probably the kind of thing we would do. But even when we do add things that are weird references to other games, we try to work it in a way that feels authentic in our world, where it's like, like we'll have a bit of like Sea of Thieves cosplay in the game, for instance. But that Sea of Thieves cosplay is something that somebody might actually have as a Sea of Thieves player in real life, and so it's not like, a person has some completely crazy thing that wouldn't exist in the real world. They just seem like they're a fan of a game, and so a warthog feels like a little bit more investment than somebody would make in real life. All right, we now have a power outpost. And we can drop off some supplies, I just realized, because we claimed an outpost. So I'll drop off the fuel. We don't really need it, because we're about to head home. So we'll drop off the rest of this stuff. Why did I drop off my... No, don't do that. I want to keep my ammo, thanks. All right. But now we're all rucksacks, so we're going to head back home. And, oh, man. Well, next session looks like I've got another goal. My people are going to start being sad very soon about the infestations. I think they can tolerate 2. I think if we get a 3rd infestation, they're probably going to start getting annoyed at me. So, let's not do that. Let's go up to the starter area and then back down south to the lumber mill. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. I claimed this outpost earlier, but I never scavenged it. I mean, I'm right here. I might as well. Oh yeah, some good stuff in here. And I don't even have to fast search manually because it's an outpost. Wait, what am I doing? There we go. And because it's an outpost, I can just instantly drop everything off.
I think that's everything.
Oh, crap. I do not have room for one more rucksack. I'm pretty sure that I filled every slot in here with rucksack. Okay, so I guess the next time I come through here, I'm going to have to try to get that rucksack because I don't have any space for it. So, yep, let's head back down. Quildren, I am not sure what the availability of those... So Quildren is asking about whether we're going to take those like retailer exclusive bonuses that were released for like, say, if you bought the game at Best Buy, you'd get certain things in the game that other people couldn't get. And some players were actually, we kind of didn't expect this. Some players actually bought like 5 copies of the game to get all of those, and that was not our intent when we put that together. That makes me feel kind of weird, actually. But they're asking, are we ever going to be able to just buy those directly? I've raised that question. I think it's probably complicated because those were deals worked out with outside companies. I'm not sure what the potential options are. I know people have asked for it a lot, though, so I have brought it up, and I will bring it up in the future, too, that we need to solve it. But, it's probably a big job to figure out when and how we could do that. So don't be surprised if it takes a while for us to figure it out, or if we never do. But yeah, I totally understand why you would want that, So we'll have to see. Update 28 does include one set of pre-order bonuses that basically people who ordered the Ultimate Edition, for some reason, a certain subset of them have had a really hard time getting access to the bonuses they were supposed to get for doing that. And so we are, in Update 28, just releasing it to everyone because... as weird as that is as a solution, it seemed to be the only way to get these people the thing that they paid for. All the other things we tried didn't work. So we tried other stuff, but that just seemed like it was the only thing that was going to actually do the job. So, the most important priority for us was to make sure that players who paid for something got the thing. and we had to sort of make that secondary to other stuff. So yeah, so we're doing that. As far as, but that was not with a particular outside company. That was just a Microsoft thing. So I don't know if the same logic could apply to the other bonuses. Anyway, so we've got a bunch of rucksacks now. Our ammo and our fuel are a little high, but that's okay. Oh, there's a zombie out there. I'll just craft a few things. It'll be fine. Did somebody just shoot that screamer? I don't see one around, so I'll just say yes, that somebody did shoot that screamer. So we also need to use our fuel for something. We do need to kill zombies with fire, so maybe I should just make some fuel bombs. Okay, so that gets us under the wire with all the resources. We still only have 10 materials, though, because I've not been focusing on getting materials. I've been getting other things. And materials is kind of what I would need to start upgrading even further a lot of the stuff that we're doing here. So, like, I would love to be able to upgrade our lounge, for instance. Though I guess... Oh, now that we have power, though, I can up morale by letting people play on our Xbox. So that's great. That makes me happy. Yeah, I think I don't want to upgrade this. I don't need any beds. Now, is there... Yes, there is more work I can do here to get parts. I just want to see if there's anything else I need to do here. So yeah, it'll take 20 materials for me to upgrade my infirmary. 20 materials for me to... Oh, I've already got my workshop 3, so I don't need to upgrade that. And I'm the wrong leader type, I think, to upgrade the farm. But I think we've gotten our food needs fairly well taken care of. We need 3.6 a day, but that seems like something I can stay on top of. Rather than like when we were just losing 12 a day and I wasn't doing anything about it. I could probably upgrade jesters when I've got 2,000 influence again. I just did spend 2,000 influence claiming this power substation. So, however, I might be... Ooh, the military quarantine station. I do have enough to upgrade that. So I think I will. That takes us down to 171 influence, so we're going to have to go on a quest for influence again. But having enough ammo seems pretty valuable, especially for the community that I use for our official Undead Lab streams. All right, so I think this is me wrapping up my plans for State of Decay 2 today. Let me quickly, again, just catch up with the chat, see what I've missed. Okay, a lot of La Coalición explaining economics to people, which I probably don't need to necessarily quote. Let's see what else there is. Oh, interesting. So Brian Menard is suggesting that basically other upgrades we can make to outposts, like making campground outposts into food outposts, suggesting that people are hunting at the campsite. That's an interesting idea. I never considered that. And make it cost some ammo. So trading ammo for food? Something like that. So yeah, so there's the thing about a game like State of Decay is that there are so many potential things you could do. It's almost hard to set your priorities and figure out what's worthwhile, because there are so many good ideas for like ways that you could sort of simulate stuff that might be going on in the apocalypse. It's hard to even know where to begin. Quildren says, I want a flamethrower. Oh, that would be a whole deal. The zombies would I mean, you hit a feral with a flamethrower, it's just going to tackle you anyway. So it's less useful than some other things in State of Decay 2. But yeah, I can see what you mean. Anyway, I guess we'll wrap this up. So if you want to subscribe to my YouTube channel, button, like there always is. The next time I do a State of Decay video, I'll stick it there. I don't know if it's going to be there at the time you watch this, but we'll see what we can do.